being an owner and operator on the like boots on the ground, I'm curious if you can speak to the channels that are working for you right now.
We have only ever focused on SEO. We have done very little on the social media front. Our social media front, when we did try for as little or as much effort as we did, was always just about long tail and brand buzz, nothing about actual conversions. We have yet to meet someone who could say, hey, for every $1,000 you put in, you will convert $400 in 3.5 months, boom, boom, boom. And SEO seems to be the most quantifiable way to get an ROI out of that and trackable.
Mm,
Um, I mean, I think part of it is our industry doesn't have as many co-working, social media marketing consultants. They're in other industries, so that part of it is just lack of talent. And of course, it's also just an industry lack of knowledge of what does work. If you were to go to the hotel industry, they could probably give you social media consultants for, 2 queen size bedroom suites, and they have someone who just specializes in that, and versus someone who has a great restaurant downstairs. Like it's just a different, younger industry.
yeah, interesting.
So
And
we
from
do
for you,
SEO specifically, and then
yeah.
that's split apart between the paid ad keywords and then also the Google Business Profile. And just so everyone knows, like Google Business Profile, if you haven't done it, is basically our leg up against every other big competitor out there because you can have a uh, just to say, a big aggregator advertising in your market, but because they don't have a physical presence in your market, you always have a equal or better footing because you have a place-based marketing generator that they can't compete with. And it shows up on the map. It shows up on certain results.
Yeah, so we're in a completely different camp than everybody else. Social doesn't really work for us, organic social. We don't really get a ton of referrals just because our audience really isn't on these channels as much. We always get really good conversion on Google ads. We've been experimenting with paid social, mostly LinkedIn, and that's paid off really well for us. SEO is a challenge for us. We're always competing with all the channels and the aggregators in some of our regions because we're in like San Francisco, Sacramento, and these other kind of big hubs that are, a little bit more traditional when it comes to using these spaces. And we're always competing with Regus also in those areas and the other big players. So that's where we spend probably like about a third of our marketing dollars is on Google PPC. And that's kind of always what we've done. And it's done really well for us.